Welcome in, guys. I'm Noah Castor. To my right, we have Brandon Hudson. Across the table, my man Darren Kinslow, and we are the Benchwarmers. Today, we're going to be going over the Redskins offseason report. I'm going to shoot it over to Darren. I mean, obviously, you got the acquisition of Dwayne Haskins and Case Keenum. Obviously, Alex Smith going down. What do you think the QB room is going to look like? How do you see it playing out with the rest of the season?
This is really tough for me because you got Haskins, who's a rookie, obviously, and Case Keenum, who is a barely average quarterback, and he didn't play well last year for Denver. I don't know. I could see them going either way, starting Case Keenum week 1 or Dwayne Haskins week 1. I think it really just comes down to who do they trust more by the time the season rolls around. Evaluate both of them in preseason, but I think they're in a pretty good situation. Dwayne Haskins is a really good quarterback. I think he's going to do well in the NFL. And Case Keenum, I think, may be able to do something for the Redskins since he's not on the Broncos anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I think it all depends on you looking at your division and seeing, can we compete with Case Keenum or Dwayne Haskins, which route is better? So if you were the GM, if you were the coach, what are you doing with that QB room?
Right now, I'm starting Case Keenum, but after the preseason, that could definitely change.
Yeah.
And I think it's those 4 games are going to be huge for both of them.
Yeah, if he balls out and then Case Keenum doesn't, I mean, start Dwayne Haskins. I mean, yeah. Obviously, another huge acquisition for the Redskins is picking up Landon Collins. I'll shoot it over to Brandon and let you talk about the safety that the Redskins got from the Giants.
I think this one was a really smart pick for the Redskins to do. They had 46 sacks last year, and bringing in Landon Collins, he's a safety, so you don't think of him as being one of the people that could get sacks, but he was also one of the best rushing. He could put the run stoppers. He could sack the quarterback whenever you need him to. So he's going to fit right in on that situation. Another thing I liked about him was he didn't have the best coverage, but he was also one of the better ones at the Giants to help him out. He was just overall a big impact for the Giants, so I think he's going to be even more of a bigger impact for the Redskins.
Definitely.
And he's going to help them do what they got to do.
And they also signed DRC as well, so that'll help in the secondary.
Definitely. I mean, you said it perfectly, Brandon. I mean, Landon Collins, really a box safety, can really help in the run game, and obviously he can cover a little bit too, so I think that's a great pickup. I mean, they did pay a hefty amount for him, but, I mean, that's what you got to pay for top dollar safeties, so I think it was a good pickup for them. Obviously, later in the draft, after Dwayne Haskins, getting him at 15, they picked up Montez Sweat at 26, which is insane. He was projected a top 10 pick after his insane combine. Obviously, he had the heart condition, which really just hindered his draft stock, so he fell to the Redskins. They also picked up a bunch of wide receivers later in the rounds, and they picked up Bryce Love, a running back out of Stanford. So I think they got some really good weapons. Obviously, Montez Sweat's going to come in and contribute. Landon Collins, Dwayne Haskins is going to learn behind Case Keenum or maybe start. And picking up some wide receivers is definitely going to help. I mean, they have a really good roster. Yeah. I like it. I mean, they were on pace to have a really good season until that Alex Smith injury. So what do you guys think division-wise? Obviously, it's a competitive division minus the horrible Giants, the new Browns of the NFL. So you got the Eagles and you got the Cowboys. Where do you think the Redskins land division? I'll shoot over to you, Darren.
I think if I can guarantee a win over the Cowboys or the Eagles, I'm guaranteeing they beat out the Cowboys. Carson Wentz and the Eagles, though, I think that's going to be their toughest competition. But I could also see the Cowboys landing in second in that division too. So I think it really is between those 3 teams, like you said. But if I have to give a prediction, I think they land second or third. Okay. And I think it really just depends on Case Keenum or Dwayne Haskins.
Definitely, yeah. Brandon, what do you think?
I see him beating out the Giants for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And the Cowboys. Okay. I still think it's going to be hard between the Eagles. The only way I could maybe see them beating the Eagles is with they're kind of not really rebuilding, but they still have some holes they need to fill on the Eagles. So especially losing Nick Foles. Now you
Or-
got Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
to
and
see
if he goes down,
if he goes
he's-
down, it's-
I think we can say he's injury prone now. I
Yeah.
think we have to say that.
So I definitely think they have a chance for the number 1 spot too.
Definitely. I mean, you said it perfectly. I think it all depends on Carson Wentz's health with this division. I think if he stays healthy and has another season like he did in that MVP season before he went down with that ACL injury, I think he has a really good chance of winning that division. But if he goes down, I think it's a toss-up between the Redskins and the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys regress a little bit, and I think the Redskins had a really good draft.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and they were good last year too.
yeah,
So
I see them landing second or third, even if Dwayne Haskins ends up starting.
Mhm.
I think they have a really good chance of competing in this division. So, yeah, definitely. I like what the Redskins have done. I think that concludes it for the Redskins offseason report. Obviously, we had a breaking news video that came out before this. Be sure to go check that out. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell to keep up with the notification. This has been the Benchwarmers, guys.
Deuces.